Well, good morning. Welcome back to Backyard Carpenter Baby Boomers Can Do. This is day number 6. So what you see me doing is I'm filling up in these cracks in between these old sleeves that are now going to be just one solid board. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put this in here, and then I'm going to turn around. And on these tops over here, we got some places that are shiny, which means I still got stuff I got to remove. So I need to do this first, so this is going to be drying, and then I'm going to get a hold of this with my palm sander and start sanding this down. We got one that's warped right here, so I'm going to have to take out this little hump that I'm facing right now. But this is what I'm doing. I'm just putting this wood putty, which is stainable, paintable, in this crack. Alright, I am using a plastic putty knife, right? Plastic putty knife. Alright, so I will not bore you with any more of this tedious work, so I'll give you updates when this is done. So I'm Van, the Backyard Carpenter, Baby Boomers Can Do. We are on YouTube. Okay, so if you are over there and like us and subscribe and make any comments, and Jane is working for the county today. Now, you need to go on YouTube and see her solo, okay, by herself, being her own videographer and her own workman, because I was teaching, and so I couldn't be here. So go check that out on YouTube, all right? Again, we are Backyard Carpenter, Baby Boomers Can Do. Oh, now, last night, when I wasn't here, this is what Jane actually got off of these tables, right? Kind of interesting way to do this. I usually use a rag, but she was able to scrape it off. So what I got to do is time out for a second and find my brush. And let's go around like that. All right, this is my brush, right? So I just got to do a little. I got some shiny spots that I can see under this bright light. It is a rainy day today, so I'm having to use these big bright lights inside here, and I'm looking for these little shiny places. Right? So this is not a total. It's just looking for shiny places. All right. So Jane did a wonderful job on stripping down these two ends. Alright. So I back off, look for shiny places, apply a little gooky stuff on it. Alright, and then I'll go around the other. Let me spin the camera around just a little bit and let y'all see. Alright, that's what the top looks like with the wood putty inside of it. Now, I've got to get a hold of this. Well, this is a palm sander. Okay, this is a palm sander that I'll take this particular, take this off and put a new one on. Okay, so this is a palm sander that I'll sand, trying to level down. So what I'm doing is letting the wood putty dry that's in the cracks. And then, in the meanwhile, I'm dressing these little shiny places. And then I've got the legs that I did yesterday. I've got to turn around and really clean them up too. All right. Right now, this is scraped across here. Now, what I'm using is this is 4-aught stainless steel. Get the rest. I have sprayed it with my gooky stuff. All right, gook remover. All right. Now I'm using a rag, alright, to remove the excess gooky stuff, looking for shiny places. Now, as soon as I start doing the sanding with my palm sander, I'm gonna have to open up the door to the garage because I'm gonna be producing some sawdust. Alright, notice I'm using a toothbrush to be able to get in these fine turnings on this old table. So I'm cleaning out all these turnings with a toothbrush. Also, I forgot the name of these. They have a name. You usually see this design above a door on the corner, but I just forgot the names right now. So I'm going around looking for telltale signs that the gooky stuff is still in these turnings. And I'm doing right here, right? Doing right there, kind of cleaned up. Right, so I'm going to give this a spray with the gook be gone. Just a light spray. Alright. And then get hold of my toothbrush. Alright. The dentist is so generous to give these to us twice a year that we have an abundance of these, because I use an electric toothbrush, so I don't need these old-fashioned toothbrushes. So I use them for this kind of stuff. So don't want to keep boring you with this. I'll show you the finished results when I'm done. Alright? It looks like next thing after I do all this cleaning up is then I'm going to be sanding the main part of the table. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm taking just a damp rag, alright, and I'm wiping away the excess wood putty that I inserted earlier, alright, because I'm getting ready, alright, I'm getting ready to start sanding this, so I just want to, get rid of the excess wood putty. So again, just a damp rag, not a wet rag, just a damp rag. Alright, here we go. And coming back with a dry rag. Now also, the damp rag is making sure that the putty is going in the crack, alright? Alright. Okay, so for this one little spot over here, that is it for wiping on the excess. Now next is to grab the palm sander with 320 grit, right, and sand this and see if we can't smooth this out. Right, that's the next thing I'm doing. This type palm sander, because it sits in the palm of my hand, activated by my palm, alright, is called a hook. Let's see, hook, hang on. Hook and loop. It has all these holes and they match over those holes. Alright, so what I'm going to do is match all the holes, which I have not, and it's like a Velcro. Alright, so I got it padded on there. Now, it's a matter of plugging it up. Alright, we're going to plug it up and see what she does. Alright, again, this is very light, very light. See, it's activated with my palm. That's why it's called a palm sander. And it's a 320 grit, very, very light grit, all right? I changed out to 180 grit on this sander, palm sander. Let's plug her up and see what happens. Again, I'm trying to get this hump out right here. I decided I need a better dust protection on because I'm kicking up a lot of fine dust. I knew that this one that's humped up really bad was going to be the first one I need to address. They try to get this, because this bows just a little bit, all right? So what I'll have to do when I get through this is blow it off with this, with my blower, and then wipe it down with a damp rag, just very damp, to get all this fine sawdust off here. But it's starting to get better. I'm starting to feel more of a smoothness. So I'll continue on. Now what I'm getting ready to do is an old dish towel that's damp, not wet, damp. Alright, so there's a couple of places on this edge, alright, on this edge, right there. Alright, so I'm going to hit these edges one more time just to clean these up right here. Alright, and then that's it right there. I got to let it kind of dry off after using a very damp rag, not wet, damp. Okay, so we got to sand those down and I'll give you progress after this. Okay, at this point, I'm going to just kind of wipe down and with my damp rag if I can find it. Whatever I did with it. Oh no, I misplaced it. Now here it is. Okay, so I'm going across here where I cleaned up this edge, all right, and on this side too. So I've got a couple more shiny spots on the front and the back legs, so I got to address those. And so I'm just going to go ahead and say for my part, this is, well, as far as I can go on day 6. I can't get a hold of this yet until it's kind of dried off. Alright, so again, this is just a damp rag, not a wet rag, and I'm just getting this excess sawdust off. So I'm going to still have to hit it with some. See, this feels real rough to touch, so I'm going to have to hit that with some 320. Alright, so I won't bore you with that. This is the end of day 6 for me. Jane's going to come in and maybe work on some of it. I, again, have to teach tonight. So, go to YouTube, Backyard Carpenter Baby Booms Can Do, and you'll see all the posting of this table. This is the 6th day we've been working on this really, really old dining room table. Later.